you know, free bands and 21 Savage sold somebody a condo.
You'll use a nigga whole life, a whole saying, and whole everything, and then don't even participate in a free a nigga campaign.
If I'd have met you, bro, I don't feel like you supposed to been in the street. Cause niggas don't know you really a smart ass, let it go ass nigga, call nigga phone, let it go ass nigga.
But a lot of niggas is them the
you
most
really a smart ass.
You know, if I pull up to the studio, messing, chilling with him, you asking me what to say on the song and how you should start off your song. Then there's girls in the room. Now you acting like you don't hear me telling you that.
Your fans want to hear Drip Too Hard. They want to hear these songs that are amazing hit songs that you happen to have with Gunna. You're skipping them because Gunna's a snitch?
Future may have just crossed a serious line in his career. He dropped what looks like a sneak diss toward 21 Savage on Twitter. And honestly, it did not land the way he probably expected. When you aim at 21, you are not just poking at a chart-topping artist. You are stepping into a whole circle that has been tight and respected long before major labels and big budgets showed up. This is not some studio-made image fans hype up online. 4L carries real weight in Atlanta, and that name alone makes other crews pause and move smart. While Future is chilling in a mansion watching streaming numbers roll in, he might be missing how deep this situation really runs. 21 Savage and people around him have talked about being in real trenches. And with leaked jail calls floating around, rumors of fake friendships, album struggles, and built-up tension, the pressure has been stacking for a long time. Now add public disrespect on social media, and you get a volatile mix that has everyone talking. The streets are buzzing, timelines are heating up, and word is spreading fast across Atlanta. Folks are saying 4L is ready to respond, and their responses are usually not loud interviews or polished statements. They are about presence and movement. Stay locked in, because what comes next could seriously reshape how Atlanta looks at this whole situation. Before breaking down why people feel Future pushed things too far, you have to understand who 4L really is. This is not just 21 Savage's rap circle. It is a long-standing street-connected group that has been known for discipline, loyalty, and handling business quietly in Atlanta for years. When 21 Savage calls himself one of the realest, he is not just talking rap talk. He is pointing to street credibility that stretches way past music and charts. 4L stands for 4 Life, and the people around him live by that code every single day. The streets in Atlanta connect them to situations that never hit headlines, never trended online, but everybody outside the industry already knows. So when 21 raps about his past, that is not fiction or flexing. That is his real background laid out in plain words. He is not spinning stories for streams. He is reciting a resume. His circle is still tight, still present, and still respected. Future, meanwhile, has always played the smooth role. Hit records, quiet moves, no loud drama, hands clean, image polished. That lane worked as long as unspoken boundaries stayed intact, but those lines just got stepped on. Future built his brand as the untouchable, cool figure who floats above street politics. But that same distance that kept him protected might now be turning into a weakness. 21 Savage has reportedly felt slighted for months. His album American Dream moved around 50,000 first week, his lowest opening yet, and that stung heavy. At the same time, Future keeps getting crowned as Atlanta's top name, something 21 allegedly sees as forced and artificial. That frustration kept stacking day by day like pressure trapped tight. Then that tweet dropped, and it sparked everything at the worst possible moment. With Young Thug still locked up and the whole YSL situation unfolding, Atlanta is already tense, and now the temperature just jumped again. Atlanta's power balance is already shaky, and now you have 2 heavyweight names forcing people to quietly pick sides, which is a risky place for the city to be right now. Tension like this does not stay online for long. Everything really shifted the moment those leaked jail calls started circulating, because that is when Young Thug allegedly went all the way in on Future behind closed doors. In those private calls between Thug and his partner Mariah the Scientist, he was reportedly venting hard about people he once trusted. On one call, Thug talked about how Future would not do a free concert to support him.
Not real. You biting and you ain't real. You just a buster all the way around. Like, hey, what's wrong with you? You'll use a nigga whole life, a whole saying, and whole everything, and then don't even participate in a free a nigga campaign. Around the time I got locked up, I know for sure you would have made sure you said in one of your songs, "Free bruh," just because it's just publicity for you. Crazy, burnt out. I ain't even trying to think about these niggas. These niggas have a nigga mad. You can believe that.
Future allegedly told folks he didn't want to steal Thug's shine, but Thug clearly did not buy that excuse at all. He took it as straight-up avoidance and basically labeled Future as fake for not showing up when support actually mattered. Then it got even more uncomfortable. Thug allegedly started pointing out how Future's energy would switch depending on who was in the room. According to Thug, Future would ask him for real feedback on songs, listening closely and respecting his opinion. But the moment women walked into the studio, Thug claimed Future would suddenly act distant, like he couldn't hear him anymore, which he saw as pure fronting behavior.
Me and him ain't been tight in a minute.
Yeah.
And it's because he do little lame jump, like call me to the studio. You know, I pull up to the studio, messing, chilling with him. You ask me what to say on the song and how you should start off your song. Then there's girls in the room. Now you acting like you don't hear me telling you that, because there's girls in here, like just like little fake nigga like that, like little stuff like that. I don't be liking that nigga. I'm a player. Like, what's wrong with you, fool? You trying to, I don't know what kind of image you trying to get off to these girls, but you an idiot, nigga. Like, everything you know a nigga teaching you, I done taught you. Like, cut it out, bro.
Things went even further when Thug reportedly started speaking on Future's personal life. He accused him of moving recklessly in relationships and making careless decisions with women. Those comments crossed from industry issues into personal territory. And once lines like that get crossed, it is hard to walk anything back. This leak did more than expose tension. It cracked open years of built-up resentment in Atlanta's inner circle. Thug even brought up a woman named Arabian, claiming there were serious issues in her past tied to Future, and he framed it as reckless behavior that hurt real people emotionally. He painted a picture of Future moving careless with feelings and responsibilities, and that angle hit hard because it went beyond music talk into character questions. To Thug, this was not gossip. It was disappointment spilling out loud. The most damaging part came when Thug allegedly said Future's entire operation was a front. He questioned the authenticity of the people around him and even criticized how Future carries himself in private. Thug reportedly mocked him as someone who loses focus over women and makes bad choices because of it, implying he talks big but folds under pressure. Coming from Thug, a figure many in Atlanta respect, that kind of talk cuts deep. That is straight character destruction, not friendly criticism.
Pluto is like, you pushing the P, bitches want to have your kids and shit too, but you still got to be like 100% locked in with the kids. You like 100% locked in with the bitches. That's the wrong way to go.
And what made those calls even heavier was the emotion behind them. You could hear genuine pain in Thug's voice, not anger for clout, not drama for attention. This sounded like someone hurt by a person he once trusted fully. This was not typical rap tension or loud internet energy. It felt like real betrayal from someone Thug once considered family. And when family switches up, that wound hits way deeper than beef with a stranger ever could. Once those calls leaked, 21 Savage was forced to choose a direction. He could stay quiet, play neutral, or step in firmly. Without hesitation, he sided with Young Thug. The reason is history. 21 and Thug share roots that go way past music industry wins. While Future stayed positioned as a distant superstar, 21 and Thug came up around the same time, faced similar pressure, and built their names on being real before being popular. When Thug got locked up on that RICO case, 21 stayed solid, and that loyalty still matters heavy today. He was showing up, checking in, putting money on the books, and keeping Thug's name ringing both in the streets and through the music. That is real loyalty you cannot fake, rent, or buy with industry favors. 21 Savage has long felt like his respect never fully matched his work. In Atlanta, he has been grinding for years, building his name step by step. But when people talk about city royalty, Future's name still gets mentioned first every single time. So, when Young Thug, someone widely viewed as true Atlanta royalty, started openly criticizing Future, that hit different for 21. It validated everything he had been quietly feeling for a long time. 21 understands the streets better than most, and he knows loyalty always outweighs business ties and industry politics. Future may have the bigger catalog and more mainstream shine, but in 21's eyes, Thug stood tall when it actually mattered. And in 21's world, that is the final score. Respect beats numbers every time. Authenticity has always been 21 Savage's foundation. He built his name on being solid, staying real, and not switching up even when it cost him deals or opportunities. So watching Future get crowned king, while rumors swirl about fake behavior behind closed doors, likely sat heavy with him. This tension between Future's camp and 21 Savage's circle goes far beyond bruised egos or music competition. People close to Atlanta's scene say there were unresolved disputes involving trust, money, and broken understandings between the two sides. Not industry drama, not rap lyrics, but real-life disagreements that carried weight and consequences. And once situations like that stay unresolved, they do not fade away quietly. They sit, they build, and eventually they come back around. That is where this story really starts to take shape, and why what happened next shocked so many people watching from the outside. Now here is where things allegedly turned real messy, real fast. According to people close to the situation, someone connected to 21 Savage's circle sold a condo to someone tied to Future's free bands camp. On the surface, it looked clean, just business between people who crossed paths through music and mutual connections. Paperwork done, keys handed over, everything looked official. But here's the part that had the streets talking heavy. The seller allegedly kept an extra key and a garage opener after the deal closed. That was not chalked up as a mistake by people watching closely. Word is, this was a move planned from the jump. So when the buyer reportedly left town feeling comfortable in his new spot, the place was allegedly hit, and not lightly. Jewelry valued in the hundreds of thousands, stacks of cash, multiple safes emptied out. The kind of loss that hurts way beyond pride. This was not some small-time swipe. This was viewed as a serious hit that may have crossed into six-figure territory. What made it worse is what allegedly showed up on security footage. The people involved were not strangers, not masked outsiders, but faces that were recognized immediately. That changed everything. This was not random. This was seen as a setup from day one. In street culture, situations like this come with expectations. The understanding is that leadership steps in to clean it up. Either restitution gets handled, or the person responsible faces consequences internally. And when that does not happen fast, tension does not cool down, it multiplies. This situation did not just strain relationships, it cracked trust wide open. And once trust is broken at that level, the fallout rarely stays quiet for long. But according to multiple people close to the situation, 21 Savage never fully addressed what allegedly went down.
You know, free bands and 21 Savage sold somebody a condo, and when they bought the condo, they didn't know the nigga kept the keys and the door opener and all that shit to get in. So when the other nigga went out of town, the nigga that sold the condo to him went back in there and took shit.
And that silence created serious tension between the camps that had nothing to do with songs, charts, or interviews. From the outside, it might look like rap drama, but inside the streets, it felt personal. People tied to Future's side reportedly felt violated twice. First by the alleged setup itself, and then by what they saw as a failure to handle it properly afterward. In street logic, not responding is not neutral. It reads as weakness, or even worse, quiet approval. That kind of perception sticks, and once it sticks, respect starts slipping fast. This is why the tension goes way deeper than bruised egos or online sneak shots. There was real money involved, real trust broken, and real disrespect that never got corrected. And when street business collides with music business, things stop being controlled and start getting unpredictable real quick. You could see that pressure spill into the public during 21 Savage's interview with Big Bank. Bank kept pressing him on who the real GOAT of Atlanta was, and the energy shifted immediately. 21 looked uncomfortable, dodging the question, switching topics, trying to keep it cool. Every time Atlanta's hierarchy came up, he avoided saying Future's name. He gave vague answers, sidesteps, anything but that acknowledgement. It was obvious he had strong feelings bottled up, but he was not ready to air everything out on camera just yet. But Bank did not ease up. He kept pushing until 21 finally snapped with a blunt response. When forced to choose, 21 said, "I'm gonna say me." That moment spoke louder than any diss track.
I give you my opinion, nigga, and then I be like, but shit, you gotta do what you gotta do though, bitch. You chose this lane.
Yes.
That's what I tell you.
Facts.
I might be like, I feel like he'll.
It was not arrogance, it was a message, and people in Atlanta caught it instantly. Instead of jumping straight into chaos, Future did what he has always done best. He let his success talk first. He posted online about being the biggest in this, a quiet but sharp reminder that no matter who claims to be the realest, he is still the one with the reach, the plaques, and the numbers.
If I'd have met you, bro, I don't feel like you supposed to been in the street. Cause you niggas don't know you really a smart ass, let it go ass nigga, call nigga phone, let it go ass nigga.
But a lot of niggas is them the
you
most
really a smart ass.
But yeah, goddamn, I don't know what. I think what made me jump in the street was just my circumstances. I feel like I was forced in the street because I couldn't do nothing else. I ain't got no green card. I can't get no job. So how the hell else was I gonna survive? You feel what I'm saying? This is how I really feel. I feel like Atlanta is really goddamn, what's the word? Atlanta really a pedophile. Cause Atlanta really groomed us, bro, since we was kids.
The fuck?
No, just listen to what I'm saying.
But make no mistake, those leaked jail calls clearly struck a nerve. Hearing someone you once treated like family call you fake on a recorded line, knowing the whole world can replay it, that cuts deep, especially when it is coming from someone you supported early on while they were still finding their footing. Future built his whole legacy on staying calm, avoiding street drama, and keeping his hands clean. That approach helped him survive in the game for over a decade while others burned bridges or disappeared completely. He has always moved strategic, not emotional. But this moment feels different. This was not just music rivalry or label politics. This hit on loyalty, respect, and personal history. That biggest in this post was not random. It was Future reminding everyone that while others talk about realness, he is the one stacking platinum plaques, selling out tours, and shaping the sound. It was a controlled flex, not a loud one. But given everything bubbling under the surface, everybody knew exactly who it was aimed at. What really stands out is that Future could have taken it much further. He could have addressed the leaked calls head-on or responded directly to the disrespect. Instead, he stayed measured, at least for the moment. And in situations like this, when someone known for restraint starts feeling pressed, the next move becomes the one everyone watches closely. That silence from Future was either a smart chess move or a sign he underestimated how serious this situation really was. In street culture, taking the high road does not always get respect. Sometimes it gets read as hesitation. And when you are dealing with a circle like 4L, where actions speak louder than words, a calm response might not be enough to stop things from escalating. After American Dream opened with roughly 50,000 first-week sales, frustration clearly boiled over for 21 Savage. He went on a social media run that felt like everything he had been holding inside finally spilled out. He started posting about being the realist, which many took as a direct response to Future's biggest in this message. But he did not stop there. 21 started airing out behind-the-scenes industry talk that most artists would never touch publicly. He openly said quality control was wrong about certain situations and then dropped an even bigger statement. He claimed that both he and Lil Baby were aware that Young Thug had been inconsistent when it came to how snitching accusations were handled. That shook a lot of people, because 21 was basically admitting that even while they stood by Thug publicly, they privately questioned how street rules were being applied. According to him, the standard shifted depending on the person involved, not on principle. And that is a dangerous thing to say out loud. This was explosive because it cracked the image of unity among Atlanta's inner circle. It suggested that loyalty was real, but blind loyalty was not. 21 also revealed he tried to play peacemaker in other situations. He said he attempted to get Quavo and Offset on a group call to squash their issues, but it went nowhere. That showed he was not just stirring drama, he had been trying to manage it behind the scenes. At this point, it was clear 21 was done holding back. He was speaking from a place of frustration, honesty, and built-up tension. And once someone reaches that point publicly, there is no rewinding the clock. 21 Savage positioned himself as the real peacemaker, the one trying to hold Atlanta together while egos and politics threatened to tear it apart. He wanted to show he wasn't just another rapper chasing clout. He was someone observing, judging, and calling things like he sees them. The most explosive part came when he brought up Young Thug and Gunna. 21 claimed that Thug knew Gunna wasn't actually street-connected from the jump, but the crew kept quiet because it was convenient. According to 21, there were snitching allegations against Gunna that got swept under the rug, all because Gunna was making money for the team.
Avoid Gunna. Your fans want to hear Drip Too Hard. They want to hear these songs that are amazing hit songs that you happen to have with Gunna. You're skipping them because Gunna's a snitch or a rat? I thought Young Thug's father said that. Technically, he's not, right? There's some YSL niggas now saying that, he's not. But Lil Baby's trying to stand on business and be like, f that. We're skipping the song. We're not even playing the song at the concert no more. I feel like something happened recently. Something behind the scenes. This confirms something happened behind the scenes.
21 didn't stop there. He also called out other Atlanta artists for being fake, picking sides based on convenience, not loyalty. He was sending a clear message. While others play politics, he remains the authentic voice in a scene full of fake smiles and hollow alliances. This Twitter rant revealed how much frustration 21 had been holding back. He's clearly fed up with the Atlanta hierarchy, the lack of respect for loyalty, and the fakeness he sees all around him. And the flop of American Dream gave him the perfect excuse to finally let it all out. Let's be real, part of why this meltdown happened is because the album underperformed. 21 had been bottling up his emotions for a while, and once the timing lined up with his commercial disappointment, everything spilled online in a way nobody could ignore. Selling only 50,000 in the first week for an artist of 21 Savage's level is not just disappointing, it's embarrassing, and could even threaten his career momentum. He needed a move to get back in the spotlight, get people talking, and pull traffic back to his name. And what better way than starting a heated beef with one of Atlanta's biggest stars, Future, while spilling industry secrets that blogs and fans devour. Controversy sells, and 21 knows exactly how to use it. By positioning himself as the one willing to speak the truth while everyone else stays quiet, he's making himself the authentic voice people pay attention to. He's trying to rebuild his image as the realest in Atlanta, but this is a high-risk play. Burning bridges with powerful industry figures can backfire, and when your album flops and your relevance is slipping, sometimes taking big risks is the only way to regain attention. The danger multiplies when street crews and real money get involved, because in that world, risks can quickly turn deadly. Authenticity is 21's brand. His career is built on being a street rapper who doesn't compromise, who tells it like it is. So when his music isn't hitting commercially, doubling down on authenticity, even if that means revealing secrets or calling out peers, makes sense for his image and credibility. Here's why this situation is way more dangerous than your average rap beef. 4L is not just a rap entourage. They are street operators with history and respect. These aren't just guys rapping tough on tracks. They've been putting in work in Atlanta for years and have built reputations that demand acknowledgement. They have been connected to multiple street situations over time, running their own operations and following a strict code. 21 Savage is not just rolling with friends. He's backed by a real organization, and that changes the stakes completely. When 21 Savage talks about sliding, he's not just referring to throwing shade or dropping diss tracks. Mix that street credibility with bruised ego, disappointing album numbers, and years of built-up tension, and you're staring at a recipe for serious conflict. 21 feels disrespected by Future's success, especially given what he sees as Future's fake persona. Meanwhile, Future feels betrayed by someone he helped climb the ranks in the game. Add Young Thug locked up in jail, probably feeling like he started something he can't fully control, and the leaked jail calls become explosive. These were private conversations never meant to see the light of day, and now they force people to pick sides. And in Atlanta's scene, picking sides is not just a tweet, it carries weight and consequences. The condo robbery adds another layer of danger because now real money and real victims are involved. When street business collides with music business, things can escalate fast. And 4L has a reputation for handling disrespect with action, not words, which could make Future a prime target. What makes this situation so volatile is that both sides have serious resources. Future has money, clout, and industry connections, while 21 Savage has street credibility and a loyal crew willing to step up. When people with that kind of power collide, it's not just egos on the line. Innocent people can get caught in the crossfire. Atlanta's music scene has seen it happen before, and everyone knows it can get messy fast. When street crews get pulled into rap beef, it rarely stays in the studio or on social media. People can get hurt, careers can crumble, and in the worst cases, lives can be at stake. Right now, all the pieces are in place for this beef to escalate from Twitter shots to real-life consequences. This isn't just about three rappers clashing. It's about power, respect, and influence in Atlanta. This beef highlights the shifting hierarchy in Atlanta hip-hop and raises the question, who really defines authenticity in the culture? For years, Future was seen as the undisputed king. He had the hits, the influence, and the respect. But now, 21 Savage is challenging that throne, questioning what it means to be real. Even Young Thug from behind bars still holds sway over the scene. A new generation of artists is watching closely, deciding whose example to follow. Some came up under Future's wing and now have to weigh loyalty against the possibility that 21 Savage's point about realness might hold more weight. At the same time, street crews tied to both sides are forced to pick where their allegiance falls, and those decisions carry serious consequences. What makes this whole situation even more dangerous is that both camps have deep street connections. This isn't just online chatter between rappers living in gated communities. These are people with real resources, people willing to use them, The beef also shines a light on the constant tension between commercial success and street credibility, showing that in Atlanta, respect isn't just earned on the charts, it's earned in the streets too. This tension has always existed in hip-hop. Future represents the commercial side of the game, the hits, the mainstream appeal, the crossover success that makes the money and gets the recognition. 21 Savage, on the other hand, represents the street side, the authenticity, the real-life experience, and the uncompromising attitude. This beef is forcing Atlanta's hip-hop community to make a choice. Do you value success or authenticity more? In a culture built on keeping it real above all else, that's a heavy decision. When you step back, the spark may have been those leaked jail calls, but the root of this conflict is deeper. It's about respect, loyalty, and realness. Young Thug's comments about Future exposed years of fake friendships and suppressed resentment that had been quietly building under the surface. 21 Savage's decision to side with Thug over Future clearly shows where his loyalty lies, even if it means going against a bigger, more commercially successful artist. That loyalty could be seen as admirable, or it could be seen as dangerous stubbornness depending on who's watching. The condo robbery situation proves that this isn't just about music. There's real street business at play, unresolved issues that make everything more explosive. And 21's Twitter rant after his album flopped shows how desperation can push someone to take risks they normally wouldn't. Future's laid-back approach has served him well for years, keeping him out of drama and letting him focus on his music. But in this situation, staying quiet could be read as weakness. And in Atlanta's hip-hop scene, perception is everything. This beef proves one thing loud and clear. Success doesn't always equal respect. And sometimes the realest move you can make is to call out the fake, even if it risks everything you've built. The big question now is, does this beef stay online and in the music, or does it spill over into something much more dangerous? Atlanta is watching, the streets are talking, and everyone is waiting to see who's really about what they claim. In a city where keeping it real can literally be the difference between life and death, this is not a game anyone should want to play. The scary part is that once beef like this ignites, it's almost impossible to control where it goes. What started with hurt feelings and leaked phone calls could quickly escalate into real consequences for real people. And in Atlanta, where the line between entertainment and reality often blurs, that's a terrifying thought. So here's where you come in. Do you think 21 Savage is right about Future being fake? Or is he just trying to bounce back after that album flop? And more importantly, does this stay on social media? Or could it spill over into something far more serious? Drop your thoughts in the comments because your take matters. And don't sleep on this. Hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, and join the Rap Uncovered family. The streets never sleep, and we're just getting started. There are way more stories to uncover. We drop heat every single day, and tomorrow's upload is going to be even crazier, even deeper, and absolutely unmissable. Smash that like button, share this video with all your homeboys, and let us know what you think in the comments. We'll catch you in the next one right here at Rap Uncovered, where the truth of the streets lives.